Welcome to Raider Talks. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below for Raider content all season long. We are creeping up on 1,000 subscribers, so Raider Nation, help us out. Nick, today we're going to do our Raiders top 10 player power rankings following the week 1 loss to the Chargers. Kick it off.
My number 10, Josh Jacobs. You had a little sample size of what he can actually do. We were playing from behind, so not that many carries or opportunities for him to carry the ball, because I think he could have had a whole bunch of more yards and maybe even a touchdown or two. And hopefully this week he gets going. We play from ahead and to where he can get some carries and really put a game away, or get some good touches later in the game. But number 10 is Josh Jacobs.
My number 10 is Rock Ya-Sin. Had 6 tackles, was very good in coverage all game long. So my number 10 will be Rock Ya-Sin. He was not on my list last time. So crack the top 10, Rock Ya-Sin.
Going to my number 9, Jonathan Abram. This was a guy who we said, he's going to hopefully be put into his best abilities and to go around, just tackle and make some plays, and that's what he did. He was not on my list last week, and after looking at some highlights of him, what he did, and just the grade that he had in the tackles, and he played 100% of the defensive snaps. He was really running around out there, and that's what we wanted to see out of him these past 3 years, and finally it's coming out, and it's coming in a good time, and he looked really good out there.
Yeah, my number 9 is Daniel Carlson, who was 2 for 2 in the field goal category. Also a long of 55 in a clutch moment where we really needed it. 1 for 1 extra points. But Daniel Carlson, money as always. It's very crucial to have a really good kicker in this league. And I'm glad we have Daniel Carlson. That's my number 9.
My number 8, Chandler Jones, helped the run game a little bit. Herbert got the ball out quick. That's why him and Max really didn't get no sacks. But kind of were close. Had a couple pressures and looked good as a Raider debut. I slid him a little bit down because of the guys in front of him. But Chandler Jones, can't wait to see what he does against his old team this week.
Number 8 for me, Hunter Renfrow. 3 receptions for 21 yards. And I think he just kind of struggled all day in that game. He had that one big reception, but he fumbled.
Yeah.
I think on special teams, he wasn't that sharp. So Hunter Renfrow slipping down in my power rankings this week. Expect a big week out of him, though, against Arizona.
Yeah. Number 7 for me, Daniel Carlson. Automatic. Man, this guy's leg is special, and we kind of said it. You get him into that 55-yard range, he's going to be automatic. It's going to be money. It's going to be 3. And, that, when we fail at a goal line, that it's going to be an automatic 3 because he's going to come in and make the chip shot easy. And he did that. He did the 55, and he made it seem like if it was nothing. I think he's a really good kicker. And, this is why he's high up on my list.
My number 7 is Josh Jacobs, 10 carries for 57 yards. Josh Jacobs started the game a little bit slow, but in the second half really got going. Too bad we're playing from behind because he probably could have got more touches and probably could have ran for 100 yards. He really got going in that second half. Looked really, really good. Looked like the rookie Jacobs and the end of last year Jacobs. So I really liked what I saw from Josh Jacobs in that first game. And kind of similar to Renfrow, I expect Jacobs to have a big game against the Cardinals coming up.
Number 6 for me, Hunter Renfrow. A couple catches, really didn't get involved till late in the game. Like you kind of said, didn't look himself in the punting game, punt return game, and made a couple guys miss. But he was lost out there a little bit. And I'm looking for him to have a bounce back game and be the Renfrow of old. I think he slides either 1 or 2 spots down on my list.
My number 6 is Derek Carr, 22 for 37 for 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. I truly believe that, quarterback play lost us that game. against the Chargers. So Derek Carr slipped down to 6 for me. Let's see if he can really have a bounce back game against Arizona. Hopefully, no turnovers at all, no interceptions, and let's see if he can just bounce back from that game. He really needs it.
Yeah, and he slides down to 5 on my list. Pumped up, excited, aggressive, over-aggressive, underthrown balls did not look good at all, just like you said. And, it starts with the quarterback, it ends with the quarterback. And, it was, you could say it's Carr's fault why we lost this game. Hopefully he bounces back and ready for this home opener.
My number 5, I got to give him his love. Jonathan Abram, 12 tackles, was an animal out there, flying all around. Like you said, played 100% of the snaps. And it seemed like you've seen Abram in every single play, disrupting the Charger offense. Man, he's coming together at the right time, like you said, in this season where we can be really good. So, yeah, Jonathan Abram's a number 5, and he just looked excellent in that game.
He really did, and it's good to see him. And he was covering a little bit. He had him, inside the box a little bit, and he was just making tackles and flying around. Number 4 for me, Hobbs. Man, this guy is special. I loved what I saw out of him. There was some questions of, hey, is he going to take that leap this year? What is he going to do? You traded Mullen, you did this, you did that. That cornerback room might not look good. And he went out and he balled out. A couple breakups. I think allowed maybe a catch or two. That's it. Really went out there and balled out. And, he's going to be an elite corner in this league.
My number 4 is also Nate Hobbs, a guy that was unranked for me last week. He was in my honorable mention, but didn't crack the top 10 list. But he really showed that he could be an elite corner. I mean, he was elite yesterday in the game against the Chargers. So, man, I just you had a smile on your face when you said Nate Hobbs at 4, and I understand that because he played really well, and it seems like we got a lockdown corner, and he kind of reminded me of Charles Woodson in that game a little bit. So Nate Hobbs, number 4.
And I think what you like about Hobbs is so unexpected. Last year, he fought to be on the roster, and then man, this is a really good slot corner. This is really good. This. Then the offseason, you hear, well, he's getting better. He looks good. He does this. Then training camp, hey, he's going to do this. He did that. And now we're 1 game in, and he looked awesome against the Chargers. Number 3 for me, Darren Waller. I did him up in my list because that well-deserved extension that he got. I think he had 70-something yards maybe. Some really big catches, and should have had a touchdown if it wasn't for Carr throwing behind him. He's special, and I seriously think he's a top 2, top 3 tight end in the league. And all the money and stuff that we gave to him is well deserved.
Yeah, Nate Hobbs, I forgot to mention 2 big tackles for loss in that game also. My number 3, Darren Waller, 4 receptions, 79 yards, averaging 19.8 yards every time he got the ball. And I can't say enough about Darren Waller. I'm very excited that he came out and played very well. He got his well-deserved money early in the week, and he came out and played really well, showed out. Waller's a guy that... going into the season, we didn't know if he's going to be healthy, all these things, but he came out, looked better than ever. Man, he's exciting to watch. And this offensive room we have is really deadly with Waller and some of these other pieces.
Yeah, it was good to see Waller back on the field. We didn't know because maybe of contract status or just health status.
He looked unstoppable in that game.
And, maybe should have thrown the ball to him a little bit more, but looked really good, and I can't wait to see what this season brings for him because I think he's in for a big season. Number 2 for me, Max Crosby. The tackles for loss. He had a career high in tackles, and I think his grade was like a 92. Of course, didn't get any sacks. Was kind of close to Herbert, but if you just looked at him and not the stat sheet and saw what he did, it was amazing. And he looks like we've been saying, bigger, better, and better, and I can't wait for him to see what he does this season.
My number 2, Max Crosby as well. 10 tackles, 2 QB hits, 1 tackle for loss. Max Crosby looked excellent in this game, though you might not see it very much on the stat sheet. He disrupted the game. I mean, he was a disruptor in this game, and it seemed like he was the only guy on the field field for the Raiders on defense at times.
Yeah.
I mean, Max Crosby seemed like he was the only guy on the line at times. So Max Crosby, I mean, I think he carried in this game a little bit on the defensive side of the ball. And though you might not see the sacks, and people might be like, "Oh, he didn't get any sacks," don't worry about that. Max Crosby had a hell of a game, and he's going to get his sacks. They're going to come.
Yeah, and I think what we like is the tackles for loss and the QB hits and pressures, because that can lead to interceptions, that could lead to bad throws, that could lead to us getting off the field. So what he did, like you just said, just disrupted Chargers in that offense, and he looked really good.
Yep, Max Crosby.
Number one for me, Davante Adams. It was exciting to see him as a Raider actually playing, and his first couple catches were amazing. And then even that touchdown, it was just, it finally happened. DC to Adams, they're both Raiders. It's exciting. This guy's crazy. And I called you at halftime and said, I've never seen a Raider wide receiver this open before. And it was just, he was on his own little
lives. In our lives.
Yes, in our lives. And, there was the one play coming out of half. He was just waiting for the ball. Like, here, come on, hit me. And then, made some guys miss and got us, I think, into the 30 or 20. But 10 catches, 141 yards, a touchdown. And I still think Carr makes a couple better throws. He left maybe a touchdown and a lot more yards out there. But Davante Adams looked good in his Raider debut.
Yeah, my number one also is Davante Adams. He looked excellent. 10 receptions for 141 yards, an average of 14.1 yards every time he got the ball. And I can't say enough about that performance by Davante Adams. I mean, he looked excellent. This is the first time I really got to see an elite wide receiver in a Raider uniform in my life.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of solid receivers that we liked, Crabtree, Cooper, those guys. But, I mean, Davante Adams is elite. Like you said, first time I ever seen a Raider open by no one even 20 yards from him. So he looked excellent. Davante Adams is a guy that can carry the Raiders on his back this season.
Yeah, and they look good. And I know Carr did not look good at this game, and a couple throws to him didn't look good. But just I think in general, Carr and Adams, that connection, it's real and it's good.
And Davante is like, he saved Carr on a couple throws.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this guy is making plays out of his butt.
Yeah, and it's worth it. We traded for him, and I don't think there's no question about how much money we're giving him. This guy's elite. This guy's good, and there is going to be no lack of production because of quarterback or anything. He went out on a Carr bad day and put up 10 catches, 141 yards, and a touchdown. Elite. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's our Raiders top 10 power rankings after week 1. We are going to be doing our Raiders game preview at Allegiant Stadium. That's going to be a fun one. The Broncos did lose on Monday Night Football to the Seattle Seahawks. So I think, even though the Raiders lost, I think we're set up pretty well because on Thursday night, you're going to have the Chargers and Chiefs square off.
Yeah.
Someone's going to lose.
Someone has to lose.
So the Raiders, if they can pull off this win, they can be right in second place.
Yeah, it's kind of weird saying like, oh, well, you're in the mix, you're in this. We lost a division game, and someone's going to lose a division game Thursday. Broncos lost tonight, and we win, and no matter what Broncos do or whatever, someone's going to go 2-0. Second place is going to be 1-1. We got to get that win. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. It's the home opener. We're going to be out there doing everything from Vegas, and hopefully we put on a better showing than we did Sunday, and all these guys bounce back.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one, a must-win game against the Cardinals in Las Vegas. The Raiders should not lose one at home this season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, we'll see you guys next time, and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.